American people who need it. It wasn't their fault. It was China's fault. These lobbyists and special interests, while sending the bare minimum to the American people who need it. It wasn't their fault. It was China's fault. Fish management. $25 billion to combat Asian carp. Reef fish management. $25 billion to combat Asian carp. $25 billion to combat Asian carp. Bad Asian carp. Bad Asian carp. $2.5 million to count the number of amberjack fish. Asian carp. 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 Asian carp, Asian carp, Asian carp, Asian carp, Asian carp, Asian carp, Asian carp.
You know, the truth of the matter is that when you look at some of my policies, in a lot of ways, Richard Nixon was more liberal than I was.
And by the way, I don't think that's some grand conspiracy. I think this is sort of what power is. I mean this at a sort of high level.
$25 billion to combat Asian carp. Well, you have to understand, the first time I ever heard of Black Lives Matter, they were chanting, pigs in a blanket, talking about police. Pigs, talking about our police. Pigs in a blanket, fry them like bacon.
Capitalism per se. Decisions. That's not because of capitalism per se. Decisions. That's not because of capitalism per se. That's not because of capitalism per se. That's not because of capitalism per se. That's not because of capitalism because of capitalism per se. That's not because of capitalism per se. That's not because of capitalism per se. So you have to understand, this isn't just because of capitalism. This is because of choices that politicians make inside our economic system. This isn't just because of capitalism. This isn't just because of capitalism. This is because of choices that politicians make inside our economic system.
I'm about to be 34 and I have no family.
Running against the worst candidate in the history of presidential politics puts pressure on me. Could you imagine if I lose my whole life? What am I going to do? I'm going to say, I lost to the worst candidate in the history of politics. I'm not going to feel so good. Maybe I'll have to leave the country. I don't know.
Look, talk about education. IPOP does in fact have 3, 4, and 5-year-olds go to school. Not help. They don't know quite what to do. Play the radio. Make sure the television. Make sure you have the record player on at night. The phone. Make sure the kids hear words.
They had a very bad original concept. It was carried out poorly, and the cover-up was one of the worst in the history of cover-ups. Very simple. Bad deal, should have never been thought of. Somebody really messed up. They had the worst cover-up ever. And where it should have stopped is at the deal standpoint when they thought about it. Because whoever thought of that idea, I think is in big trouble. combat Asian carp. $1 billion to combat Asian carp. Asian carp. Asian carp. Asian carp. To combat Asian carp. To combat carp. Asian carp. Asian carp. Asian carp. $25 billion to combat Asian carp. $2.5 billion to count the number of amberjack fish. $1 billion to combat Asian carp.
Not good. Believe me, not good. Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
And he's like this, and we will, I need water, help me, I need water, help. And he's like, this is on live television. Like this, and we will, I need water, help me, I need water, help. And he's right, this is on live television.
Yo, 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 hello, my precious users, hello, how's it going? How's it going? Sorry for the rambunctious beginning today. I know my hair, like, what is that? I have no idea. I don't even know what it is. You think, okay, alright. You think I know what's going on here? I don't. If you're new here, then you gotta understand. I don't know what the fuck's going on. But, thank you for joining me this morning. This is the morning of December 23rd, 2020, the best year of our lives, collectively. And, so yeah, it's pretty good. Episode 1057 of the fledgling hit YouTube show, Above It All, with your host, this fucking bitch. Alright, so, hello Noob Hunter, what is that, Sigma 7? Damn, bitch, we have like a Maverick Hunter in the chat room, holy fuck. Hello Bob, hello Mud Joseph, hello JL, hello William D, hello, Bob again. Hello, Mr. Freak Glitcher. Hello, Nicholas Nordland. And, did I miss anyone else? Unknown Story. But Is It Art? And, of course, last but not least,
That Asian carp.
Asian Carp. I'm sorry. I can't with Asian Carp, dude. I can't with Asian Carp.
$0.5 million to count the number of amberjack fish. $0.5 million to count the number of amberjack fish.
I love amberjack fish, dude. What the fuck? Anyway, I should advertise this show in the Discord. That's what I should do. I forgot to do that. Oh no! Yo, imagine like there's all these dumb motherfuckers in my Discord right now going like, I joined the Discord for behind the scenes alerts, right? And then I just forget. Like, I just forgot. Oops, right? My bad. Hey, Spats Cannon. One of the best years of my life, unironically, same. 2020, it's been great for me. Believe me, we counted all of the amberjack fish. We have combated the Asian carp. And I think we're just going to get even better as time goes on.
$2.5 million to count the number of amberjack fish.
I love that we have so many sound clips of Donald Trump just spewing shite. Like, just literal shite he is spewing forth.
$7 million for reef fish management.
Why does he pronounce words that way? I can't, dude.
$25 million to combat Asian carp.
Hello, Drello Stams. Get left uncounted, Amberjack. I know, right? Congress is trying to count all the Amberjack, Applejack fish. I'm just trying to have my breakfast cereal here, motherfucker. Just kidding. If you have breakfast cereal that's made like one of these big companies, you got added sugar in there, motherfucker. You're killing your liver. You're literally killing yourself. You're aging your body 7 times faster. Unlike me, the person who drinks black coffee out of a glass. Reminder, DJT is out in less than a month. Well, he posted another video last night. This video he posted last night, and this is actually a good segue. So, Donald Trump posted a video after the amberjack fish. He went into round 2. I guess all of the amberjack fish have not been counted. And, you know, let's see what he's got here. This is a separate video clip.
That's cruelly blocked COVID relief legislation in an effort to advance their extreme left-wing agenda.
Is this the same one? Did he just retweet the same one? Am I dumb? Holy shit. Yeah, I'm dumb. It's just the same one. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Look at this professional show. This is what happens when I rush in the morning. I don't like click preview on the clips. It's the same one. It's the same one. He just retweeted it. Amazing. Amazing. It really makes your head spin. Amazing. Unbelievable.
So stupid. So stupid. Thank you.
I'm sorry. I know, right? I woke up at like 9:30. You know what I had to do when I woke up? You see this fucking dog? Sorry for the audio podcast listeners. You see this fucking dog? This dog, Max, I swear to God, that's right. I'm looking at you. This dang dog this morning was jumping up and down. He was going like, "Row, row, 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 row," right? I had to walk the dog. Do you know this dog pooped 4 times in the last 36 hours? Is that something I should worry about? I don't know. Is it because he's getting more comfortable? I don't know, right? But this motherfucker, right? I took him out for a little walk, and this guy he thought he was going on an adventure, right? And I come upstairs, right? And it's 9:50, and I'm like, oh shit. If only I had $25 million to combat Asian carp, right? So, I don't know. I was just looking at Trump's feed, and so that's what happens. Yes. Hello, Schnibs. Hello, Top Damage Wizard. Trump is the accelerationist choice. Was unironically considering voting Trump just for the accelerationism. Reminder, Biden was the accelerationist choice because we all knew Trump was going to try to steal the election. And so, when you vote for Biden, that means Trump loses and has to try to steal the election, therefore is accelerating the collapse of the United States government. Just throwing that out there. You got your eggs in the wrong basket. And reminder, do not eat more than 3 eggs per day because then you'll have cholesterol buildup, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but you gotta watch out for it. So if you want a little healthy way to eat your eggs, try making 2 eggs and then a 3rd egg, take the yolk out. What you can do is when you crack the egg, right, you got the 2 egg halves, and then you can just scoop the yolk right out of the pan before it starts cooking, throw it in the trash can. The yolk has most of the calories. The egg whites have most of the protein. So that way, you know, if you like them scrambled, if you like them sunny, like, you know, whatever, you get a little extra egg white in there. You still get your yolks, you get your protein, and you don't have cholesterol buildup. There you go. So do not put all your eggs in one basket. That is the bad thing. Hello, Sailor Nasheed. Accelerate my 2000, bro. All right. I love $2,000. Reminder, by the way, to go watch my little clip watching the Asian carp last night live on stream. That was really funny. So definitely go check that out. Woof. You know what?
And he's like this, and we were, I need water, help me, I need water, help. And this is on live television.
My God, right? My God, I'm thirsty. Holy shit, I'm thirsty. Fuck. Anyway, egg whites are trash. Incorrect. That is a factually untrue statement. Again, if you have 2 egg yolks, do you really need a 3rd yolk? Like, let's be honest, Mr. Freak Glitcher. Let's be honest. Do you really need that 3rd yolk? Look at you. Your mouth is watering. You know, you're like the drooling emoji, right? You scoop out that 3rd yolk, and you just think about eating it raw. You're like, oh, I must have my yolk. Right? Like, you can't have, like, egg whites are good for the omelet portion, right? You can't flap the egg white over the yolk, make it cook a little bit differently. No, you gotta have your 3rd yolk. You just have to. There's no middle ground. You just have to have that, and then you spend 25 million combating Asian carp. They're the garbage baby birds leave behind. No way. No way. Hello, Jeff Landry, by the way. Ironically, if Trump would have done this before, just throw cash to the poor people. I know. I think what this whole thing right now, has anyone, I haven't, because, I started the show at 9:50, right? I had 3 minutes of prep time, right? But does anyone know if Mitch McConnell has said anything in public? Because I feel like this is all destroying Mitch McConnell right now. I feel like the purpose of all of this is to destroy Mitch McConnell. Like, I swear to God, because Mama Bear is doing a pretty good, you know what, I'm just going to talk about this. I'm going to, I got like a little thing, I've got some things. I've got some fucking things, motherfucker, right? I've got some things. You think I have no show prep? You think I have no show prep whatsoever? Well, I got news for you, bud. I got a bunch of show prep. All right, let's check it out. Okay, so Donald Trump was going to try to veto a bill which would ostensibly have $25 million to find and locate Asian carp. Let's listen to him.
$5 million to count the number of amberjack fish.
Ah, shit.
These facilities
skipped
are
ahead too much.
essentially not open. $7 million.
Now, I said this last night when I reviewed this clip live, right? But watch his hands. He does the hands thing, but like on the podium, right? So imagine that this is my podium, right? This pillow with no pillow sheet. Unbelievable, right? Imagine this is my podium. Right, he's like doing this. Like, you're gonna combat Asian carp. We're gonna, like, why is he doing that on the podium? I'm not sure, but let's continue.
For reef fish management, $25 million to combat Asian carp.
So this guy is very upset at the idea that the Democrats and the Republicans are making a bipartisan bill to combat Asian carp. And so Nancy Pelosi responded to this immediately, like, again, within 10, 20 minutes or so, to my understanding, and said Republicans repeatedly refused to say what amounts of president wanted for direct checks. Now, I will say, it was in the news that White House aides were trying to stop Trump from publicly endorsing $2,000 checks. I covered this on this show, right? Again, look at me. Look at this bitch, right? Did you see that on MSNBC? Fuck no, you don't watch MSNBC. Did you see that on the Jimmy Dore show? Fuck no, you don't watch that shit because you're smart, right? You don't have the lowest IQ, right? But you were seeing this show. I was saying, imagine if Trump came out there with $2,000. How epic would that be? And here we go. Not only is he coming out with $2,000, but
management, $25 million to combat Asian carp.
He's combating Asian carp as well. Or rather, he's combating the combat of Asian carp. But, okay, so, now, obviously, we know Nancy Pelosi did this whole fucking over $600 being a significant... We know she's a liar. Okay, we know that. Duh. No shit, motherfucker. She's a fucking scoundrel. Mama Bear, more like fucking Mama Pear, as in, I'm going to leave you to ferment in my compost pile, right? Like... So we already know that. Like, this bitch is like a fucking... She's no good, okay? She's no good. In fact, let me play an audio clip that summarizes my thoughts on Nancy Pelosi.
Dumb people, liberal people.
Anyway, so... But what I'm saying here is she responded to this and basically just destroyed Mitch McConnell. Mitch McConnell's gonna wake up, right? And he's gonna, like, use his, like, black hand to, like, wipe the sweat off of his brow, right? He can't do this, right? Because his hand is, like, black and doesn't work. And, like, it's blue and it's got, like, visible veins popping all over it, right? So he's gonna wipe the sweat off of his brow and he's gonna get to work calling up the president and asking him what the hell is going on, right? We need a complete and total shutdown of Asian carp until we figure out what the hell is going on. That's what Mitch McConnell's going to say. And so now I also want to say, Nancy Pelosi, right? Nice try. Nice try. I respect you for trying to make Mitch McConnell the bad guy. But then you got AOC and Rashida Tlaib coming out there. Bada boom. Right? They're just doing it. They're just going out there. They've got this thing ready. Right? Nancy Pelosi is going to try to do like a unanimous consent thing. All right. They've got the bill. They've got the amendment. They're good to go. They've got it. Like, look at this. They come out again within another like 15 fucking minutes. And do you see any combating of Asian carp in this amendment? I don't see any combating of Asian carp. I see $2,000 for all citizens, right? And again, no Asian carp in sight.
Management, $25 billion to combat Asian carp.
I gotta clip that. Someone remind me to clip that. I need that because I need to boost the audio in it too. But again, this is a disaster. We already know that this is a disaster. Now, I would be remiss if I didn't tell you that there's a chance that we just might get nothing. There's a chance that Donald Trump just might have fucked us over out of getting anything at all. It's possible. It's possible. Right, but here's the thing. Mitch McConnell wants to give people something before the Georgia Senate election. Right? That's what this whole package is about. Right? So if we get $2,000 before the Georgia Senate election, it might mean that Perdue and Loeffler win. However, also keep in mind that Georgians are early voting. So more and more Georgians are going to be early voting. And the last thing that they've seen is Donald Trump saying that Congress has failed them. And Nancy Pelosi saying, I agree. And Mitch McConnell being nowhere to be found. That's what people are going to wake up today in Georgia and go early vote based on. So this is like, I don't know, man. It's epic. It's epic. I don't know. It's funny. And if we all get $2,000, I'm just going to say this right now. If every single person in this chat room gets $2,000, I expect a mandate of at least $1,200 from each of you. Because let's be honest, we were all fine with $600, right? And I'm not gonna be a goober. I'm not gonna say you have to give me $1,400. You can have the bonus, right? So you get $800, I get $1,200. So that's gonna be the way that goes. If you want to send me money on PayPal, that can be arranged. Just send me a direct message. But yeah, at least we're not wasting this money on Asian carp.
Asian carp.
I'm sorry.
Or reef fish management.
Reef
$25 billion to combat. $25 billion to combat Asian carp. Asian carp. Asian carp. Asian carp. Asian carp. Asian carp.
Am I the only person that finds that funny? Am I the only person that finds Asian carp funny? Because I think that's hilarious. I think it's really funny. So, like, I'm sorry. It's the funniest. It's, oh my God. Oh, Lord have mercy. You're keeping your honey bucks? Well, guess what, Noob Hunter Sigma 7? You're gonna be banned. I'm gonna ban you forever. You gotta give me at least $1,200 of your stimulus check, or else you're banned. I'm sorry, I don't make the rules. Better than the China fire. No, don't worry about this part.
Acceptable, it's not enough. It was China's fault. In people who need it. It wasn't their fault. It was China's fault. It was.
I love how the bit rate fucks up here. Again, this isn't like a restream on like CNN's YouTube channel. This is like the official Twitter video for this statement. This is the official source. This is the source video. And it starts getting like a heavy bit rate here. Just check it out and listen to it. You can hear it, but check it out.
Fault. It was China's fault to the American people who need it. It wasn't their fault. It was China's fault, not their fault.
And then it immediately clears back up. Isn't that weird? Maybe China was behind the cybersecurity hack. Every time he's getting ready to say China, right, the guys in the background are ready with the dump button. All right, let's troll the president. right? And that way Trump can't, like, clip that out because the bitrate looks like garbage. Is Trump going to use that in an advertisement where it gets, like, super, like, chunky bitrate? No, he's not. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Fish management. $25 million to combat Asian carp. $2.5 million to count the number of amberjack fish.
I'm sorry. It's just so funny. We are only going to have Trump, right, in the presidency. Max, do you mind? You're making these noises. You're licking your paw. That's not healthy for you, buddy. That's not healthy for you. You can lick me instead. I'll let you. Okay? He's just going right back to it. Okay. But yeah, this whole situation is really funny. So, you totally have a wife and kids. Well, I totally have, I've got a doggy daycare. Look at Max. Max is in desperate need to count the number of amberjack fish, and that costs about $2.5 million, as Donald Trump says.
$2.5 million to count the number of amberjack fish.
So, if anyone wants to help me out funding the counting of amberjack fish, Max is very interested. So, just throwing that out there. But of course, this is the part where I plug myself, and I'm not talking about anything that got my Yu-Gi-Oh video removed 3 years ago. I'm talking about, you gotta listen to this audio formatted podcast on Anchor.fm, dude. Anchor.fm. When you listen to the audio version of the show, I get money, right? When you listen to it on YouTube, I get AdSense too, but also you can do both. Like, okay, let's say, oh, look at me, I'm turning the live stream off. I can't hear it anymore, right? Wow, I sound a lot louder with my headphones off. Holy shit, I gotta put these back on. I can't stand the sound of my voice. But now imagine, right? You can't stand the sound of my voice either. So what better way for you to not stand the sound of my voice than to listen to it in an audio format? There you go. So go ahead and do that if you miss any part of the show. It's also on Spotify. It's on Google playlists, all that dumb shit. Maybe I should put it on other stuff, but like also I'm one person. I don't know how to do this. I don't know. I'm not like these fucking professional live streams, right? Like, I'm on the No Miki show yesterday afternoon, right? And they've got this waiting room, right? I'm in the waiting room for the No Miki show, and I'm like, whoa, they've got a waiting room. What the fuck is this high-tech experience, guys? They've got a motherfucking I don't have a waiting room. You think I can afford a fucking waiting room? That's why I need your economic stimulus. Fuck the amberjack fish. We're gonna get this show a waiting room, because that was cool. I'm in the waiting room, right? I'm like, oh wow, there's like, a message thing. It's like, wow, these are the rules, man. Don't say this on stream, otherwise we'll be very disappointed in your behavior, man. I'm like, okay, all right. But how much did the waiting room cost is what I want to know. But I am not a professional streamer. I am a very unprofessional streamer. Some could even say I am a jag-off comedian, some would even say. And that actually leads me into my next thing that I'm going to talk about. And I know, right? I know that these dumb motherfuckers, right? I know, you know that I know. Let's be honest. You know that I know. We're going to be talking about Jimmy Dum Dum Door fellas, right? So I made a video yesterday about Jimmy Theodore once again. And I'm getting, especially because I was on the No Miki show, I get a bunch of these motherfucking crazy people spamming my video, and I want to just like overview some of the comments. And before we get started, I would be obviously very remiss if I didn't put on some gamer tunes. All right, everyone. So, the Jimbo Dum Dum Door left. All right, so these dumb motherfuckers, all right? Now, first of all, look at this guy, X39. What an incredible username. A very thoughtful profile picture. This dumb motherfucker goes into my comment section about Jimmy Dore being transphobic. It's a video about Jimmy Dore being transphobic. And their comment is, if not now, when? Now, for those of you that don't know what that phrase means, that is the phrase that groups and organizations like Never Again Action have been saying about the children in cages on the border. This motherfucker is using phrases that are about the modern incarnation of Nazism to defend a transphobic YouTuber. Again, they're not sending their best. They're not sending their best.
Dumb people, liberal people.
They're not sending their best. I don't know what to say. They're just not sending their best, okay?
Dumb people,
so,
liberal people.
Then we got this other dumb motherfucker here. The Glenn Coner, right? Oh dear. Big bad Jimmy wants M4A. Again, the video is about how Jimmy Dore is transphobic. The video is not about Medicare for all, motherfucker. But these people, for whatever reason, right? It's some psychopathic obsession. It's some bizarre, like, they've got, like, brain worms, right? There's something going on here, right? Causing them physical distress, maybe some minor hemorrhaging, right? Who knows what's going on? These guys think that Jimmy Dore, the guy who supported an anti-Medicare for all candidate 8 months ago, Jimmy Dore is somehow the avatar of Medicare for all. Like, you know when you're watching Avatar: The Last Airbender, right? And Aang goes into the avatar state and his eyes glow up, right? And this guy, like, starts, like, coming out of the ocean with, and he starts doing the fucking water bending. That's what these people think Jimmy Dore is for Medicare for all. Like, Jimmy Dore has somehow managed to crack into the avatar state, and he is now the personal, like, personification of Medicare for all. If you do any damage to Jimmy Dore, you are doing damage to Medicare. What the fuck? Like, 8 months ago, this guy was supporting Tulsi Gabbard, an anti-Medicare for all candidate. But no, tell me about, Jimmy wants Medicare for all. If you play a clip of him being transphobic, you are hurting Medicare for all. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. But again, they're not sending their best.
Dumb people, liberal people.
So stupid. So stupid. Thank you. Thank you.
And one more?
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
Right, so we got some dullards here. Now, there's a couple dullards, right, that I wanted to discuss. I mean, we can go through all of them. All right, let's go through this one. This is great. This is great. Okay, you ready for this? All right. So, G-I-E, right, that's their name, G-I-E, okay. Is this a children's nursery rhyme? Maybe. I'm not sure, but let's read. This person, space, enter, 1, parents, makes clickbait thumbnails / videos. Now, first of all, I have not been using thumbnails in my videos for the last 3 weeks because I got a YouTube strike. And so I'm playing it a little safe, and I'm just not going to use thumbnails for a little while. So, this person is making clickbait thumbnails. They're YouTube auto-generated thumbnails. You see this over here at the top left? It's hard to see. That's a auto-generated YouTube thumbnail. But it's clickbait. YouTube, it's clickbait. Is this live, Headhumper? Yes, this is live. This is clickbait. This thumbnail that YouTube chose is clickbait. Oh my god. Right, but okay, whatever. Trying to blow up her grift on YouTube for the last remaining Bernie Bro audience, right? You want to know how many views this video has? You want to know? Let's check it. Let's check it. How many views? How many views? 300 views. 300. I'm trying to blow up. Everyone, I'm blowing up. I've got 300 views on my video. Oh, everybody, I am now sitting on the throne. I have succeeded. I have won. You know, when I make a Joe Biden video, I get like 10,000 views. When I say Joe Biden's a poopy head, I get 10,000 views. When I make a video about a Seattle autonomous zone, I get 30,000 views, right? When I make a video about Jimbo Dumbo, I get 300 views. But I'm doing it to blow up. I'm trying to blow up. All right, so that's 2 for 2 as far as dullardry is concerned. 2 for 2. Is closed-minded and ignores new information presented. I'm ignoring new information. I'm reading this new information right now. I'm reading this new information right now. So 3 for 3 on the dullardry. Can we go 4 for 4? Let's read. Bad faith critiques. Is there any supporting evidence of that? Of course not. 4 for 4, motherfucker. This guy, full on dullard. Right, but again, I just want to say this, right? I accept the debate challenge. Look at my fucking live stream. I was trying to move my mouse cursor onto the fucking OBS window. What a dumb bitch I am. What a dumb fucking bitch. I was like, look at me. I'm gonna move my mouse cursor up. Look at that. That's what I was trying to... But my point is, if you look at the top of the screen, right? I accept all debate challenges. You want to come on my show? Unlike Jimmy Dore, I will accept you coming on my show. I've asked Jimmy Dore for me to go on his show. He ignores me. I wonder why. I wonder why he ignores me. Probably because this guy's full of himself and he doesn't give a fuck, right, about anything. But if you want to come on my show, give me some content, baby. You can expose me. You can call me a tranny, like, in person. Do it. Let's go, motherfucker. I'm ready. So again, they're not sending their best. You're getting a little rationed here and deserving every bit. You suck at this. I'm getting rationed. Right now, I'm getting rationed, everybody.
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
I'm getting rationed. I'm getting fucking rationed. All right, next. I think you must have healthcare, or you have already passed the point that it will be of any use to you. RIP. I'm sorry.
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
Well, okay, first of all, motherfucker, the video is about Jimmy Dore being transphobic. That's the subject of the video. Again, these motherfuckers think that Jimmy Dore is the next Avatar, right? Like, Korra dies, and then Jimmy Dore has been reincarnated as the Avatar, right? Like, what the fuck is going on in these motherfuckers' brains, dude? Like, seriously, it's bizarre. It's bizarre. If you are so concerned with healthcare, do you think it's okay that, hey, I'm a stand-up comedian, is making transphobic jokes and endorsing anti-Medicare for all candidates and endorsing transphobic candidates? If you think that's okay, I want nothing to do with you. You are a Nazi. And I know I used the N-word, right? I know, not, I didn't think before I said that, but you are a Nazi, plain and simple. What is National Socialism? It's give me the good stuff, fuck everyone else. Fuck everyone else. It's I am white, I am cisgender, fuck everyone else, give me healthcare. If you don't give a fuck that someone is transphobic and you want them to give you, first of all, Jimmy Dore is not even a politician. Like, they're trying to say AOC's, like, the last stand against universal healthcare. It's not Nancy Pelosi, right? It's AOC who's the one in but when I go after Jimmy Dore, then I'm the one, because Jimmy Dore is the one standing up between us and healthcare, apparently, right? Like, who cares, dude? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But these motherfuckers don't give a shit about anyone else. It's pure selfishness. It's pure fucking selfishness. If you don't give a fuck if trans people are thrown into the fucking abyss, all you need is your healthcare, chances are you're garbage. You're garbage. You're garbage. I'm sorry. You're garbage. Here's a good one. Looks like someone wants a job on TYT or CNN. Now, I want to be upfront and clear about this, right? If TYT or CNN offer me a job, I will accept. I will accept. Because you want to know why? You want to know why? These same people that love Jimmy Dore, he's the second coming of Malcolm X, Jimmy Dore, right? Like, these guys love Andrew Yang. And what did Andrew Yang do? He went on CNN, and they still love him. That's weird. That's weird. So if CNN offers me a job, you bet your sweet bippy I'm going on there. I'm gonna get one paycheck, I'm gonna say something crazy and radical, and I'm gonna get fired. Because that sounds fucking funny. And I'll do the same thing on TYT if they want me to go on there. Maybe they won't fire me if I'm radical, who knows, right? But if they want to reach out and hire me, okay, alright, let's do it. Alright, I'll do it. So I just want that to be explicit. Am I using this to grift? If 300 views on a video is a grift, you bet your sweet bippy I'm using this for a grift. Alright? So let's read another one. Maybe learn from all the comments and ratios why you're dead wrong on this. Stop the bad faith attacks on JD and fight for M4A. Again, bad faith attacks? What? I'm literally playing the video. I'm sorry, real quick.
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
I'm playing a video of this guy speaking with transphobic YouTubers and him, Jimmy Dore himself, doing transphobic stand-up routines. Now, if he apologizes for it, that's fine. That's fine. I accept growth. I accept evolution. That's great. But unless you forward this apology to me, I don't give a shit, okay? And again, these people think Jimmy Dore is the modern incarnation of Medicare for all. If you attack Jimmy Dore, you are attacking Martin Luther King's memory, because they are the same person. I got a comment on another video saying, oh, you're tone policing Jimmy Dore. You would tone police Martin Luther King Jr. Like, these motherfuckers legit compare this guy to MLK and Malcolm X. They legit think a white, rich, fucking comedian is the same as civil rights heroes. I'm sorry.
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
Again, they're not sending their best, right? They're not sending their best. So then this person responds. I respond with, shut the fuck up, nerd. Eloquent, I know, but then they come back at me. So, let's go. LMAO, you're pathetic. Trashing on leftists isn't the way to YouTube success, unless you're trying to go the Dave Rubin route.
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
Now, I want to say, Jimmy Dore is angry, right? Jimmy Dore is angry, and that's what makes him good. Except when me, a transgender woman, am angry, that's bad. All of a sudden, it's bad. The only anger that's good anger is from the rich, white male comedians. Everyone else that's angry, bad. Oh, I'm speaking truth to power, bad. Oh, I'm saying the F word, bad. Oh, I'm screaming, bad. Jimmy Dore screaming, good. Jimmy Dore saying the F word, good. Right, like, what the fuck? Seriously. And again, these dumb motherfuckers think that they're leftists. Right, again, what? What? I'm a leftist. That's why I am in favor of endorsing transphobic YouTubers. I'm a leftist. That's what I do.
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
Like, I just don't get it. I just don't. How do you think you're a leftist if you don't support transgender rights? You're defending a guy who endorsed transphobic politicians and who endorsed an anti-Medicare for all candidate. The guy, 8 months ago, 8 months ago, speaking of 8 months,
8 months after his alleged meeting with the Burmese executives. So this Burmese, they say, pronounce it Burmese. A real beautiful company.
A real beautiful company. I love 8 months. Anyway. Alright, let's read. Let's go. You ready? You ready? Let's do this. Okay. You're obviously too thick to see the real reason for this, so let me explain it slowly for you. This will work, not because I believe Medicare for all will pass, but because it will show on the record who voted up or down and who needs a primary in 2022. It's not like these co-sponsor lists are already public. No. The co-sponsor lists, they're not public. They're hidden. Just like the CARES Act vote, everybody. There's no way you can just look up the list of co-sponsors for Medicare for All and say, oh, my representative is not on this list. Let's primary that guy. No, that's impossible, right? So let's continue.
Dumb people, liberal people can...
And then we need to primary in 2022! As a bonus, we might get Pelosi's ragged old bony ass out of their speaker. She's already said she's gonna retire in 2022, but she's also like 81 years old. Like, you think this... Okay, maybe she'll go full Dianne Feinstein. Who knows, right? But Jesus fuck, man. And again, I thought this strategy was about Medicare for all now. Jimmy Dore is on his show saying Medicare for all will pass now. And this dumb motherfucker is like, yeah, well, maybe we can primary politicians in 2 years and then maybe get a vote on it in 2 years. Now, I know that Jimmy Dore is going out there and saying that we're going to get Medicare for all right now because it's a pandemic. But We're not. It's going to be in 2 years. And that's why when you point out that Jimmy Dore is a bad person, then it's bad because Medicare for all and again, they're not sending their best.
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
They're not sending their best, right? But let's keep going. I know there's a lot here, and they're probably all bots, but like, let's be honest here. This one is really great, T. Powell. I made a video about this one before. It's called PSA, I'm allowed to dislike a YouTuber that you like or whatever. So this dumbass fucking hoe is like, she is clickbaiting for views. I got 300 views. She's obviously never had this much traffic. She's an establishment troll. Again, I got 30,000 views for my Seattle Autonomous Zone videos. 4chan thought that I was the ringleader of Seattle during the summer. I used to get tens of thousands of views for making fun of Joe Biden's speeches, right? But this is the most traffic I've ever had. 300 views on a Jimmy Dore video. The most traffic. This is the most traffic in the history of traffic. Again.
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
They're not sending their best. And anyway, I just wanted to talk about that because I think it's funny. I think it's really funny. And these fellas, they are going to comment on this video. That's the funny part. Is I'm going to upload this video and they're going to comment on this video and they're going to say the same shit. Why? Because they're dumb as fuck. And in the words of our president,
only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
Again, they're just not sending their best. I don't know what else to say. But anyway, thank you for listening to me bitch and moan about Jimothy Dore. Alright, so I got a couple of other things I want to talk about here. So this is actually a little funny bit here. This is like a little conspiracy theory that I saw this morning. Ooh. All right, I got my coffee out of the way. For those wondering, this is black coffee, and this is a cinnamon flavored coffee. The coffee grounds are cinnamon flavored. I don't exactly know how they do that. I'm thinking they just do that in, they do it in some way, and I know whatever. But this is cinnamon flavored black coffee, and it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Totally not rum with Coca-Cola. That's going to be after today's stream. Also, you think I would drink Coca-Cola? Did you know that 1 can of Coca-Cola is more fructose in your body than what a average daily diet should get? 1 can of Coca-Cola. And you've already got your daily consumption of added sugars, right? And that, the USDA and stuff like that, and the Nutritional Guidelines Organization and all, in the Food and Drug Administration, they put out these guidelines that aren't really, that doesn't really matter about your health. Really, it's about selling food products. So even these guidelines are telling us that 1 can of Coca-Cola is bad. 1 can of Coca-Cola is way over the limit. And let's be honest, right? How many cans of Coca-Cola are you drinking? You're getting that 6-pack, buddy. You're getting that motherfucking 6-pack. Let's be real here. So I'm just throwing that out there. But yeah, this is a conspiracy theory that I'm a huge fan of. And, it's not really a conspiracy theory, I guess, right? But so I saw this on Twitter that one of the pages in the 5,893 page tome, we had Homer back in the day, he was writing the Iliad, he was writing the Odyssey, and then he wrote the COVID relief package, right? This is his third. I don't know, was there a third in that line? I only read the Iliad and the Odyssey in high school, and then I dropped out, so I don't know if there was a third one. But if there's a third one, then insert the third one there, and then this is the fourth one. You get my joke, motherfucker. I didn't, whatever. But hidden in this bill is a provision that nullifies the president's use of the Insurrection Act, which people have been estimating that Donald Trump would maybe invoke in the last couple of weeks of his presidency. So, is this the reason why he vetoed the bill? Someone was like, Mr. President, hold up. Let me hold the phone. Mr. President, they're gonna stop you from using the Insurrection Act. And then, someone was writing the speech, we'll make this about Asian carp, right? And then, do you think that that's what this is? I don't know. Maybe. And like I said, this is just a fun conspiracy theory, right? If it just happens that the COVID relief package falls through and none of us get any stimulus, yeah, that's gonna suck, right? That's gonna fucking suck. Right. But we'll see if this gets into a little bit more of a public eye. Who knows if Donald Trump will deny a stimulus package, because he made this about the $2,000. Is he really gonna veto another package that has $2,000 but still has the Insurrection Act nullification? Maybe, right? We'll see how this goes. But I thought this is a little nice Easter egg, and something that it'll be fun to track. So definitely take a look at this. And if I see any more developments with that, I will definitely be sure to update y'all. But again, just fun conspiracy theories. We're allowed to have fun. You're allowed to look at politics and not want to kill yourself 24/7. You're allowed to look at the stuff and say, damn, that's some pretty epic stuff, right? You're allowed. It's okay. It's fine, right? It's okay. So, I've got this Axios article that I just haven't read yet. And I really want to read it, so I'm going to read it. But hopefully everyone's having a good day. Hopefully this show is fun to watch. I know I've got probably a couple new people here. So give me some live reviews here, everybody. Am I doing well? Shilling for CNN, saying that stand-up comedians should not. Reminder: I was accused of punching down. Someone told me I was punching down when I went after Jimmy Dore. I was punching down. A poor transgender woman with 7,000 YouTube subscribers is punching down on a rich comedian who bought a $2 million compound with 800,000 YouTube subscribers. I'm punching down. I'm above on the food chain, right? And again, the video that they commented on is Jimmy Dore saying a transphobic fucking joke in a stand-up routine. That's not punching down. That's not punching down. No. Me, on the other hand, I'm punching down. It's so dumb. These motherfuckers are dumb as hell. I bought 1.5 liters. How long do I have left, Doc? Oof. No good. Yeah, I remember when I was a teenager, I would down 4 liters of Mountain Dew in a single day. I remember, let me just tell you, I think this was the summer of 2011. This was I believe this was yeah. I remember I just got Fallout 3 on Xbox 360. I know, it was a little late, but I was late to the party and just got Fallout 3, and I was like, damn, this game is epic, right? And I stayed up for 36 hours playing Fallout 3, and I remember drinking 2 liters of Mountain Dew, because I remember we went to the store, and this is before we had food insecurity problems. This was maybe a year before I had food insecurity problems. So I went to the store and my mom was like, sure, I'll stock up on soda pop. Why not, right? So I got motherfucking 5 or so 2 liters of Mountain Dew, and I chugged that motherfucking shit. Right? Because I was like, I'm going to utilize the caffeine in here. It's gamer power. I'm 13 years old, right? I've got gamer power going on. And I don't even know how old I was in 2011. It was I guess I was 15. I don't know. But it was pretty funny. And so I've definitely done some damage to my liver. Absolutely. Absolutely. And unfortunately, I'm chemically castrated, right? I'm chemically castrated. So my good diet choices are not going to be passed on to my next generations. I'm not going to have any next generations. Here's a little fun fact for you. When you have a good diet, your genetics actually change. It's called epigenetics. Epigenetics is where other certain proteins, molecules, and stuff will attach itself to the DNA that replicates in your cells and either turn certain genes off or turn certain genes on. And when you have a good diet, the epigenetic reading of these cells changes in your, in your reproductive organs, right? So, for example, if you eat for 40 years very well and then, procreate, your child is going to have, they're going to reap some of the rewards of your good diet. So, for anyone out there who's planning on having children, cut the fructose. Do it now. Cut the fructose. Eat healthy, even if it's only for a couple years, right? And then have that kid, and then go for it. Then go for it, right? Then go back. Because at that point, you had the kid. The kid's got the epigenetical advantages. You're good, all right? So go start eating the ice cream. Your kid's got the benefits. Just make sure that your kid doesn't start eating that fructose. Make sure that they stay healthy. And then their kid, your grandkid's going to live to 130. Just throwing that out there. You can fact check anything I say, by the way. I've been researching a little bit into nutrition. I've got a bunch of books on it. I actually just got this book in the mail. I'm going to read this over the next couple days. The Hacking of the American Mind by Robert Lustig. This book is about how the food industry and corporations were basically manipulating us the whole time, and about how sugar is evil, right? And it goes into the political aspect of how Richard Nixon, for example, was like, we got to make food cheap, man. We got to make it cheap. And then you got high fructose corn syrup coming around, and all of a sudden, 60 years later, everyone's got diabetes. Everyone's got metabolic syndrome. Everyone's got hypertension. What the hell happened? Well, the food industry happened. Richard Nixon happened. So, I'm going to read that book, and I'm going to get back to y'all on what I learn. But either way, let's talk about Donald Trump. Hello, Shampoo. I love Surge. Doesn't everyone here love Surge? Back me up, Mr. Freak Glitcher. We're going to be living in Fallout 3 if the vaccine mutates everyone. I hope so. I would love to be a super mutant. That'd be cool as hell. Interesting. Thanks for the advice. No problem. My heavy interest right now, for those wondering, I dropped out of high school. I tried college for a week. Actually, it was 2 weeks. No good. No good. So I am an autodidact by nature. And so I love reading books about random shit. And right now, my current interest is nutrition, health, fitness, how to make my body as good as possible. On my mother's side, both my mother and my grandfather died of brain cancer related issues. So let's be honest, right? That's not a good track record. That's not a good track record. So I got to figure out what I can do now as a 24-year-old to not get brain cancer when I'm 50, right? Because my mom, right, and her dad both died of brain cancer in their 50s. I don't want to do that. That's not my area of expertise. And so cutting out the fructose, boom, that's going to hopefully do something. And then also maybe living another 30 years with medicinal advances. That maybe that'll do something, but there you go. I'm actually intermittently fasting right now, Don. The last time I ate was about 3 o'clock yesterday. And this is black coffee, which does not break a fast. Lemon water, as opposed to lemon juice. Lemon juice is too concentrated, it will break your fast. But lemon water and black coffee are two ways to accelerate your fast, right? If you just get like a little squeeze of a lemon into a cup of water, basically that'll make your metabolism speed up. And it gives you like an hour's worth of fasting benefits in like 30 minutes, but you don't want to drink a bunch because then it will break your fast. So you need to like time it. You need to measure it, because if you have too much, it will break your fast. But if you have just enough, it will accelerate your fast and give you more benefits quicker. Same with black coffee. The caffeine in coffee makes your bloodstream go a little bit faster. It just circulates everything faster. You know how caffeine works. So, bada boom, buddy. Also, for those wondering, I know I'm going to get to this Trump story in a second, but for those wondering, yesterday I had a guest on my show, right? And a lot of people may have not seen that show because I know I've got a lot of new viewers from my Nomiki show appearance. But go watch yesterday's program. I interviewed a fella named Brian that works with a project called the An American Union. And he is doing a thing where he wants to fast on the 15th of every month. And so we've been talking about that. And I might have him on again on January 15th. And we're going to discuss fasting. So that sounds pretty cool. If anyone wants to join in on like a fast of solidarity on the 15th of every month, that sounds like something I'm interested in. So we'll see how that goes. And but anyway, so just throwing that out there. You can go back and watch yesterday's show if you'd like. It's a good show. And yeah. I have coffee with cream in the morning. Don't eat my first meal until around noon. Well, cream is going to break your fast. So it doesn't, your first meal doesn't matter at that point, Don. I'm sorry. Cream's going to break your fast. That's done, though. You get, like, at that point, you might as well just have the meal. Because when you put cream in that, I mean, it depends on the cream, right? It depends on the cream. But a lot of cream, you know, like, you know, my family, I live with an American family. I'm not trying to be rude. I live with Americans. And these motherfuckers get this coffee creamer, right? This like this Cinnabon brand coffee creamer, right? And it's like they put it in the fridge and then it's got like, you look at the nutritional label and it's like, oh, includes 8 grams of added sugar. And then you see it, oh, it's all fructose or sucrose, which is half fructose. Right? So it's like, okay, that's, you know, that's not going to do you well. But if you're using like basic just fattening creamer, you know, that's definitely better, but it will break your fast. So in my opinion, I like to mix, if I'm not fasting, I like to have coffee mixed with peanut butter powder. A brand that I like is PB Fit. For those wondering, peanut butter powder is basically just peanut butter flavored powder, right? They take certain parts of the peanut butter out and it's just powdered peanut butter. It's lower fat content, lower carb content. It kind of isolates the protein and the fiber. And you can kind of mix it with drinks, right? And, you know, you stir it up or whatever. Makes your drink taste like peanut butter. You add a little bit of soy milk in there. So, like, you know, your drink is a little thicker. You get the peanut butter protein powder in there. And all of a sudden, you're drinking a cup of coffee that's got 10 grams of protein and, you know, 4 grams of fiber, and it's kickstarting your day with protein and fiber, and it's making you feel good, right? And then you wait a couple hours and you have your first meal, heavily protein-based. So you just got to keep it going. I learned relatively recently that if you eat more than 30 grams of protein per meal, that protein starts to have a diminishing return effect. So if you want to make sure that you're spacing your meals out properly, try limiting yourself at 30 grams of protein per meal. You know, if you're just picking out for a special occasion, you know, who cares? But if you're like, you know, making 15 like burgers and you're like, I mean protein, man, hell yeah, right? You're gonna have diminishing returns. But I'm just throwing that out there. Anyway, for those new here, again, I love having conversations with the chat room. That's one of my favorite things to do. So oftentimes I will get sidetracked on this show just talking to the people in the chat. So this is a very casual experience. This is not a professional show. And so I'm just letting you know that. Letting you know it's not a professional show. But speaking of unprofessional, let's talk about Donald Trump. So there's this report that I saw in Axios, and I haven't read this yet, but I saw it and it looks funny. So I'm going to read this for the first time live on stream. All right, so President Trump in his final days is turning bitterly on virtually every person around him, griping about anyone who refuses to indulge in conspiracy theories or hopeless bids to overturn the election, several top officials tell Axios. Reminder, Mike Pence is scheduled to leave the country the day of the Congress verifying the Electoral College vote, which the vice president presides over. So Mike Pence's plan on January 6th is to preside over the Electoral College vote in the Congress and then go to Poland for 2 weeks. Which, by the way, 14 plus 6, what is that? 14 plus 6, and then you got the 4, 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's January 20th. Really makes you think. But anyway, let's keep going. The latest targets of his outrage include Vice President Pence, Chief of Staff Mark Meadows, I love this, White House counsel Pat Cipollone, interesting, Secretary of State Pompeo, and Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell. We saw his lashing out at Mitch McConnell last night in that stimulus video. Asian carp. Why it matters. Hello, Fritz, by the way. Why it matters. Trump thinks everyone around him is weak, stupid, or disloyal, and increasingly seeks comfort only in people who egg him on to overturn the election results. We cannot stress enough how unnerved Trump officials are by the conversations unfolding inside the White House. Top officials are trying to stay away from the West Wing right now. Trump is lashing out, and everyone is in the blast zone. At this point, if you're not in the use the Department of Homeland Security or the military to impound voting machines camp, the president considers you weak and beneath contempt. Unbelievable. What do you think Donald Trump is more upset with? Vice President Mike Pence or Asian carp? Personally, I think he's more upset with the Asian carp. Trump is fed up with Cipollone, his counsel. Some supporters of Cipollone are worried that Trump is on the brink of removing him and replacing him with a fringe loyalist. A source who spoke to Trump said that the president was complaining about Pence. Right, get this. I'm going to use the words of our president here.
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
Brought up a Lincoln Project advertisement, as some of my friends across the pond would say, a Lincoln Project advertisement that claims that Pence is backing away from Trump. This ad has clearly got inside of Trump's head, the source said. Trump views Pence as not fighting hard enough for him, the same complaint he uses against virtually everybody who works for him and has been loyal to him. Pence's role on January 6th has begun to loom large in Trump's mind, according to the people who've discussed the matter with him. Trump would view Pence performing his constitutional duty and validating the election result as the ultimate betrayal. I know, isn't this amazing? Pence has been trying to balance his loyalty for Trump for the last 4 years. And then Trump losing the election is going to fuck it all up. He's going to get fucked. 4 years this guy was sniffing Trump's asshole, and now it's all going to go to waste in one day. Unbelievable. But again, it's really funny. I love these kind of gossip reports. They're hilarious, right? This is hilarious stuff. A new fixation. Trump has even been asking advisors whether they can get state legislatures to rescind their electoral votes. When he's told no, he lashes out even more, said a source who discussed the matter with the president. And in an Oval meeting Monday night, Trump spoke with the House Republicans about voting to overturn the result on January 6th, a desperate vote that even Trump has privately acknowledged he's bound to lose. I love it. And again, in the words of our president,
only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
I'm sorry. That's such a good clip. I'm going to be using that clip for the rest of this show's lifetime. I'm going to be sitting in my bedroom 10 years from now playing this clip.
Only the really...
And I'm going to do this every time.
I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
I'm sorry. I'm going to be every single time I'm going to be doing that. I swear. The clip is gold. It's great. For those of you who want another great clip from that debate, this is another favorite of mine.
Well, you have to understand, the first time I ever heard of Black Lives Matter, they were chanting, pigs in a blanket, talking about police. Pigs, talking about our police. Pigs in a blanket, fry them like bacon.
I love it. So we got Otto in the chat room. If I got all my news from Axios, I would live in a different reality. Yeah, probably. If you get all your news from one single source, you do live in a different reality. You get all your news from the President of the United States. Therefore, you live in an alternate reality. Me, on the other hand, I get my news from every single source. If you look at my channel and you look at all the pages I have up and all the sources that I use, you would see I've used Daily Wire. Is it Daily Wire or Caller? I don't remember. The Ben Shapiro one, I've used them as a source before because it's funny. I've used Axios as a source. I used The Hill as a source. I've used CNN as a source. I've used Newsmax as a source. I like to mix it up a little bit because it's funny, right? You learn media literacy by reading different sources on different things, right? So, for example, if you're reading a Newsmax article and you can see the ways that they speak and the verbiage that they use, you pick up on how these people think, and it makes you a smarter person, right? But if you get all your news from the President of the United States,
only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
Reminder, the right wing is canceling Fox News because they don't like their reporting. Reminder. All right, so let's continue. Whew. The person who has the worst job in Washington, according to multiple administration officials, the incoming head of the Justice Department, Jeffrey Rosen. The consensus is he has no earthly idea the insanity he's in for. The next month will be the longest month of his life. I don't know what this is. I have no idea what this is. Another reflection of Trump's state of mind. As Axios reported Monday night, the president got his personal assistant to email Republican lawmakers a PowerPoint slide. Okay, that's what that is. Attacking McConnell for being the first one off the ship. And absurdly, because McConnell acknowledged Joe Biden recently, and absurdly claiming credit for the Senate Majority Leader's victory in his Kentucky re-election. That's quite a message to send 2 weeks out from the crucial runoff races in Georgia where Republicans need to stay unified. Where's Jared? A source told Axios that Kushner, who yesterday participated in a tree planting ceremony, oh my, here's a sideways clap for you, in Jerusalem of all places, Forest of the Grove Nations, is focused on the Middle East. Oh, of course, right, halfway around the world, that's where I'd rather be, right? It's a perfect visual encapsulation of Kushner's absence. On the other side of the world, planting a tree with Bibi and accepting plaudits, while Trump discusses mayhem with Sidney Powell. So I love this article. Again, Axios, Politico, these are sources you read when you just want to eat some popcorn and have a good time. And again, in the words of our president,
only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
I'm sorry, it's so funny. But yeah, I have nothing to add here. This is funny. This is fun and funny. Like, I can't wait to be like 31 years old. I'm 24 right now. I can't wait to be like 31 years old and like a new Netflix documentary series came out called like The Trump Administration, right? And it starts off, right? And it's like a 15 season epic, right? They've got it all written out. It's a 15 season epic. And it starts off with Donald Trump riding down the escalator, saying, you know, some are good people. Yeah, the Mexicans, the rapists and murderers, but some are good people, right? That's going to be episode 1, and then we're just going to relive the Trump administration. I cannot wait for that Netflix documentary series. I'm going to watch every single episode. I'm going to review every single episode, and I'm going to play clips like this on every single episode.
Isn't it wonderful to allow protesting? No.
Unbelievable. But, it will be funny until, yeah, if Trump launches nukes in the next 2 weeks, I mean, I take it all back, right? But, you know, next 4 weeks, whatever. If he takes, you know, obviously Trump is garbage, but you have to be fun. You have to, like, see the fun in things. No one sees the fucking humor in the Trump administration from what I'm seeing. I see almost nobody who is properly acknowledging how hilarious the Trump administration is, especially right now. Like, you see all these bland motherfuckers just go like, oh, Trump is doing something crazy again. Or, like you see these dumb lefties going like, oh, Trump is out-lefting AOC. That's what was going on Twitter in the Jimbo Dumbo left sphere. Oh, AOC got outflanked to the left by the guy who said it was China's fault. right? But these people are dumb as hell. Yo, my hair looks fucking cringy, right? But these people are dumb as fuck, right? We're going to be in for a hell of a lot of 4 years, right? And I want to say this right now. I'm about to wrap up my show, so thank you for watching, everyone. If you're new here, I will be back. I stream 7, not 5, not 4. I'm not trying to call anyone out. I'm not trying to call anyone, but I stream 7 days a week, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, above it all, 7 days a week. I will not be taking a Christmas break. I will not be taking a New Year's break. I will not be taking a January 6th break to go to Poland after I, preside over the Congress when we elect Joe Biden as president. I will be streaming every single day, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I'll see you tomorrow at the same time, same place. Hopefully the same place, you never know. And I'm streaming on Christmas Day. I stream on every day because that's what I do. I will say this, though. On Christmas Day, I will be drunk. I know, 10 a.m. I'm going to be drunk. What I do on holidays, and I did this on Thanksgiving, my holiday tradition is waking up and then getting drunk instantly, and then continuing to drink all day until I fall asleep. That is my holiday tradition, and I will be doing so on Halloween. I will be doing so, well, I did so on Halloween, but I will also be doing so on Christmas Day. And so if that's interesting to you, there you go. But anyway, hopefully everyone had a good stream. And I will be playing the outro segment. A lot of people, I got a lot of nice comments on my intro-outro segments from the new viewers of my No Mickey Const appearance. They said they love my intro-outro. Again, you get that kind of stuff on... I'm just fucking around. You get that kind of stuff on the Jimmy Dore Show? Do you get these epic meme remixes? No, you don't. You don't get shit because that show fucking sucks. You know what show is better than the Jimmy Dore Show? Above It All. You want to know why? Because I'm above it all, motherfucker. That's right. That's my outro. Fucking suck my dick, bitch. Boom.
This isn't just because of capitalism. This is because of choices. So you have to understand, this isn't just because of capitalism. So you have to understand this thing. So you have to understand, this isn't just because of capitalism. This is because of choices that politicians make inside our economic system, per se. It's because of political decisions. That's not because of capitalism per se. That's not because of capitalism per se. Not because of capitalism per se. Capitalism per se. It's not because of capitalism per se.
And by the way, I don't think that's some grand conspiracy. I think this is power is. I mean this at a sort of high level.
Running against the worst candidate in the history of presidential politics puts pressure on me. Can you imagine if I lose my whole life? What am I going to do? I'm going to say, I lost to the worst candidate in the history of politics. I'm not going to feel so good. Maybe I'll have to leave the country. I don't know. They had a very bad original concept. It was carried out poorly, and the cover-up was one of the worst in the history of cover-ups. Very simple. Bad deal, should have never been thought of. Somebody really messed up, and they had the worst cover-up ever. And where it should have stopped is at the deal standpoint, when they thought about it. Because whoever thought of that idea, I think is in big trouble.
All of a sudden, we can't talk about Neanderthal DNA anymore.
Let me just tell you, I get along with everybody, which is my obligation, my company, for myself, etc. Obviously, the war in Iraq is a big, fat mistake, all right? The war in Iraq is a big, fat mistake. The war in Iraq is a big, fat mistake. The war in Iraq is a big, fat mistake. The war in Iraq
is a big, fat mistake.
The truth of the matter is that when you look, the truth of the matter is that when you look at some of my policies, in a lot of ways, Richard Nixon was more liberal than I was. The truth of the matter is.
Well, you have to understand, the first time I ever heard of Black Lives Matter, they were chanting pigs in a blanket, talking about police. Pigs, talking about our police. Pigs in a blanket, fry them like bacon.
He was not a loser. He was a patriot, and the people left behind there were heroes. And I resent like hell. I'm talking about my son, Bo Biden. You're talking about me.
I don't know, Bo. I know Hunter. I know Hunter. Hunter got thrown. I know Hunter got thrown out. I know Hunter got thrown out, dishonorably discharged. I know Hunter got thrown out, dishonorably discharged.
That's not true. It wasn't
cocaine use, dishonorably discharged. Dishonorably discharged.
That's not true. It wasn't
cocaine use, and he didn't have a job until you became vice president. Didn't have a job until you became vice president.
Look, talk about education. I propose that what we take is those very poor schools. School, not daycare. School for schools. The Title I schools. School, not daycare. School, to help them deal with how to raise their children. It's not that they don't want to help. They don't know quite what to do. Play the radio. Make sure the television, make sure you have the record player on at night. The phone. Make sure the kids hear words.
Antifa exists.
Well, it was an amazing phone call I made. 40 Wall Street actually was the second tallest building in downtown Manhattan. And it was actually, before the World Trade Center, was the tallest. And then when they built the World Trade Center, it became known as the second tallest, and now it's the tallest. And I just spoke to my people.
Bottom line, the American dream, the great American dream, versus being a socialist hellhole. Versus being a socialist hellhole.
As far as my relationships with all people, I think I have great relationships with all people. All people. I think I have great relationships with all people. I am the least racist person in this room.